Hello, welcome back. Look, I don't know what to tell you. Alright, these turns are kind of dull. I know that. We're in a bit of a slump at the moment, but I'm pretty sure we'll attack Agartha in like 2 or 3 turns, okay? Just bear with me for a bit longer. Anyway, not much really going on still. We claim the Throne of the Moon, we've seen that already. Cast some stuff. Search for sites, didn't find any. Caught some slaves. Unexpected event, lost some tax. Unexpected event, lost some gold. Unexpected event, gained a silver hauberk. Let's check that out. Magic armor, 17 protection, gives you Earth Shield. So, sure, why not? I'll put that on somebody, eventually. We lost a scout to... Now you might glance at this and think, oh, that's a large patrolling force. No, this is province defense. This is 99 units worth of province defense. Let's hear. You can see that I also have a scout in his cap, which says that the local defense of this province is exceptionally powerful and very well organized. I guess he's serious about protecting those temples. That's a lot of province defense. Sure. We built a forest in the Fortress of Springs, so we can add... We've got 2 commander recruitment points. Our witch cured going nuts and eating the remains is disease. He just lost an eye. So that's good. And that's it. More patrolling. We're up to 146 blood slaves. But still no blood magic. Eventually we'll get to... I guess vampires. Right? Blood right? 11 slaves summons a vampire. But it's a long way off. Other than that, same as usual, guys. Forging a lot more coral blades. Alchemizing my pearls now into death gems to do more pearl riders. Still massing lots of troops here. I've started putting people on God Commander. I'm also patrolling this province to make sure it's not being scouted, but building temples. Building a temple in Shambhalak and Trackless Woods. We can see this is down to 2 dark candles, so it's definitely going down. And that's it. Some of the white mages that just were in White Forest are going to move straight to Sauromatia. That'll put my profit here. I can't do profits spread Dominion. I can't remember. I'm not sure. Pretenders do. Would it be in the temple screen? Dominion spread chances, profit 1. I guess so then. So that's good. So we'll have 2 more temples in this area plus my profit. So hopefully we'll get a white candle in Simri and then we'll attack it, I guess. I just assume we'll have all of our death mages in little blocks of 3 doing ethereality, luck, and the other one. That'll help them with earthquakes. I'll have all my warrior sorceresses doing tattoos. We'll buff up the dog, make the dog ethereal so he can walk through walls. Try and give him berserk, and he can temper flesh. And then we just spam skeletons and walk forwards and see if it works. That's the plan. Still making 65 long dead a ton. So that's that, I guess. I know it's kind of dull, but thanks for sticking with me. Only 20 more turns until Cataclysm. See you soon. Hello, welcome back. We got Plague. We are now moving back to enchantment for Rigor Mortis. Cast Bone Fiends, Pale Riders, Bone Fiends, got some slaves. Misfortune +3 in the Greater Wild. This is frustrating. For reasons that will become apparent. But Forest of Springs is one of our thrones with a fort on, where my god and everything is. And barbarians are preparing to attack me. Lost our scout in Yomi. And that's it. Alright. So, Agartha has put a 330 unit stack on my border, adjacent to the throne I just took. And there's another big stack over here down by my fort. So I assume he's attacking me. And I also learned that I can just move directly from Sauromatia to Simri, which I didn't realise for some reason. So that's interesting too. So, I'm now working under the assumption that I'm about to be attacked by Agartha. Hence the rather aggressive movements. So I'll start down here. This looks like his main kind of I'm coming for you bitch army. Logic would dictate he's going to attack this throne I just took. And I don't think I can defend against this with what I have here. So to remind you, it's mostly just some archers and a couple of Oyapatas and some warrior sorceresses. So those units are moving out of the province. I'm going to move them into Blue Moss Forest. And then the thinking is, if he moves there, he might see me retreating and chase me, without realising that I can reinforce with quite a lot of stuff in Snowford. So I'm just going to move back. I'm also moving some of the Long Dead from my statue province as well. So I'm just moving a lot of stuff back to Blue Moss. But I am moving stuff to White Forest because, as I said, we did just research the Plague spell. And there are a lot of just like normal, healthy, living units here. So we'll give that a shot. Going nuts and eating the remains is the Witch King that has Twiceborn already cast on him? Yeah, he's a king. So he's going to move directly from the Sudden Murk to White Forest, and he's going to be my Plague caster. I've given him a bunch of Death Gems because it requires Death 4 to cast, plus it costs a gem. So it'll cost 2 gems to cast it, plus an extra gem for fatigue reduction, I think. No wait, that's not how it works, is it? It's it'll cost a shitload more gems because it's... I can't remember how it works. I can't remember how you cast a spell that's higher level than you have. I'll check that for the next video, or whatever. But I do know that you can cast spells that are higher level than you have as long as you use a gem. I can't remember if it costs the amount of paths or just the difference. I think it's the difference, right? So if you've got Death 3 and want to cast a Death 4 spell, it takes 1 Death Gem because that's the difference between 3 and 4. Does that sound right? And I also know you can't spend more than your level, your native level, on a single turn. So, but that's still fine. So the spell cast costs 1 gem, and it costs an additional gem to get up to Death 4. So it costs 2 gems every time I cast it. That's what I think happens. Either way, the script is white, so it doesn't matter. Like, according to the scripting, which is always accurate, as we all know, I have enough gems to cast Plague. Twice. He's also got some Blood Slaves so that he can reinvigorate between these. But Plague takes a while to kind of kick in because it has to spread through the enemy army, so I've also moved a couple of warrior sorceresses into the province because they've got forest movement. No, they haven't, but they can move into this province anyway. And they're going to cast Swarm for some blockers. The Inaris I've given some Ivy Crowns so that they can move into this province in 1 turn. These are the Inaris that are twice-spawned, and they're also going to do Horde of Skeletons. So I'm going to do Skeletons and Swarms just to kind of, you know, try and block some of this stuff and make the, you know, drag the fight out, while Plague, I try and kill stuff with Plague. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure how effective it will be, but a lot of the mages that I'm moving to this province are twice spawned anyway, so it's fairly cheap for me to try defending it. So we'll see how that goes. Over here he has a mundane stack. It doesn't look like there's much here. It's Pale 1 Warriors, Pale 1s and Magma Children. Magma Children are kind of interesting, but it doesn't seem like there's any mages with this army. It might just be a kind of thinks he can just sit on this empty fort. So I'm move patrolling a bunch of mages. No units, because I don't really have any, but everything here can do Ethereal, Horde of Skeletons, and yeah, some more Swarms. I'm also doing a very, very small Communion to also cast Plague again. Hopefully the Plague does not spread to my mages, but I can't imagine it would, because we're going to have a shitload of Skeletons and bugs and stuff keeping stuff off us, and this stack isn't very impressive compared to this one. So again, this is another province I'm going to try and defend with a similar strategy, but a lot more mages. So see how that goes again. So that's down here. Over here, this is a bit trickier because now that I know he can just move directly onto Sauromatia, it becomes even harder to keep him in this fort. Because now the likelihood is he'll just move directly onto Sauro in one turn. So if this is the attack coming now, I would assume he's just going to move onto Sauromatia this turn. Which means the only way I can keep him in this fort is if I get really lucky and my attack into him is the one that like counts. I don't know how it works anymore. I think because his stack is much larger than mine, he's more likely to win the coin flip. I'm not sure exactly. But I am having one of my mages cast that spell, Arouse Hunger. So that will attack the province defense during the ritual phase. If that kills the province defense, it will pin the army in the fort no matter what. But I asked Nuclear Monkey if that spell is good enough to kill province defense, and he said no. So it probably won't actually pin the army. But I'll try pinning him during the ritual phase. If that fails, then I'm attacking with quite a lot of sacred troops. And a lot of druids and skeleton spammers. And I'm not sure why I must have forgot to change these guys to the swarm script. So I'll just do that quickly. 8. Oh, because they're buffing these guys. So it should be Awaken Tattoos, and then Swarm, which I think I have. This is close enough. You can do turn 1 Swarm, why not? So we'll do that. So hopefully we pin him in the fort on the ritual phase. If we don't, hopefully we win the coin flip and I put his fort under siege with all this shit. And then we're moving the real stack out into Trackless Woods. This is a bit more complex. I got all of my sacred troops in the top left corner and all of my mages there as well, or almost all of them. They're doing usual stuff. They do spend 1 turn buffing, and then they spam Horde of Skeletons. Or if they are a Warrior Sorceress, they spam a lot of Awakened Tattoos, and then eventually cast Swarm. This little block is just the Devils. They're spending a turn getting buffed with Ethereality and Gift of the Hair. Everything in the front here is Long Dead. They're just hold and attack. And this block is Archers. This block is the handful of Bone Fiends left over. And that's just to have something in front of this tiny little group here, which is my god and a bunch of buffers that are going to buff up my god. So, Inari's Ethereality, then Horde of Skeletons. There's the Witch doing Gift of Hair every turn. Awakened Tattoos. God is doing Summon Earthplower, Temper Flesh, hold, and then attack rear. And the people buffing my god are... There's one guy spamming Ethereality on him. There's one guy casting Regeneration on him, because I think the regeneration from his ring and then the regeneration from the spell stack. So, I'm not sure about that, but I think so. So my god will have 20% regen. You can see he's down there next to him. And then I've also got another mage who's going to cast Gift of the Hair on my god and then Touch of Madness. Touch of Madness will make my god berserk. So I hope that doesn't interrupt his script, because this is on turn 2, but if it was Dominions 4 I'd say, well, he comes later in the turn order, but I don't know how it works now, because there isn't really a turn order or whatever. But my god casts Earth Power and then Temper Flesh on turn 2. Touch of Madness also comes on turn 2, so whether or not that will interrupt him or not, I don't know, but hopefully it doesn't. But then my god will be double regen, he'll have Gift of the Hair, Ethereality, and he'll be Berserk. And then he'll move forwards. Everything else is pretty standard stuff that we've seen lots of. It's just buff up, skeletons, swarms. Just with a lot more units than usual. So that will be in Trackless Woods next turn. Question is whether or not we actually pin him in the fort in Simri. Only two dark candles here. Maybe we can flip that to my dominion by the time my god gets there. It's going to have my prophet sieging it, if we're lucky. I think. Yep. We do have all these new temples now. It'd be really nice if this turns white. And that's it. So 2 defenses, and then whatever the fuck ends up happening up here. So I'm the last person to take my turn. Not sure what else to do with my gold at the moment. Could recruit some troops somewhere, but I don't know how useful that would be at the moment. Might be better to just keep hold of the gold. You can see I've given out all of my sort of items. I made some nature boosters for these guys, so that they could cast regen. Everyone's got coral swords now, or lots of people do. I'm moving a scout back to pick up some gems. He'll just be loaded with gems to give to the army when they run out. Speaking of which, let's move some of my scouts around. That's fine. That's fine. You are defending, that's fine. You are diseased, unfortunately. Actually, let's have you attack the current province, since you're here. Maybe that will help with winning the coin toss, since I'm already in this province technically, who knows. You know, the shit that hasn't just dog slayer. Alright, that's fine. There's lots of corpses in this province. Alright, gonna hit end turn. Hopefully I've done everything. Whew. Stressful turn, guys. Anyway, that was turn 50. And I will see you very shortly. Hello. Welcome back. Lots going on this turn. First and foremost, there was a battle in Simri during the ritual phase. This was me casting some ghouls on Simri versus 10 points of province defense. Amusingly, the scout is also in this fight, which I guess makes sense because his fight would resolve during the first fighting turn, because he doesn't actually have to move. But I didn't think it would work that way. It seems kind of obvious it would work that way now that I think about it, but it didn't occur to me that he would fight during the... because I think of this as the ritual battle phase, but it's not really the ritual battle phase, it's just battles that didn't require map movement. So yeah, that's interesting to know. Another lesson learned is that ghouls absolutely cannot defeat 10 points of province defense, so good stuff. Battle in Terrace Peaks. This was Agartha throwing a small group of units at us in just a little province defended province. And this is a very similar story to what we saw when Agartha's troops fought against Ictiads, which is that they fucking suck. You can't beat them, which is pretty funny. Next was a battle in White Forest. So this is quite a few more units than I really thought it would be. In particular, it's a lot more alms than I thought it would be. And this is the province where I was just defending with a couple of mages, and you know the plan was to have this guy cast Plague. Now, unfortunately, Great Alms do a Mind Blast, and the Mind Blast paralyzes you. And there are about 1 billion Great Alms here, so they pretty much just paralyze everybody. My guy does not cast Plague. Then he gets paralyzed. And then that's it. You can see these guys have cast Darkness. All of my mages are either paralyzed or... These guys are still going. But the Plague caster was already dead. He got Mind Blasted to bits. And that's that. So... that did not go very well. Was that White Forest? Yeah. So, we lost all that stuff, pointlessly. 92 Great Elms. It's quite a lot of stuff. Next was a battle in Trackless Woods. This is not what I expected to happen. This is the giant stack he had in the fort in summary. It did get out of the fort. We did not manage to keep it in the fort. But it didn't attack Sauromatia. It actually attacked directly into my army that was moving out of my fort. Now my army is kind of scripted. There are a few things I didn't do. But generally, we are scripted for a fight. And... I have to just see how it goes. Again, he does Darkness. Lots of buffs and lots of Mind Blasts. We can also see my god is buffed. He did not get berserked. But he did Temper Flash, he's ethereal. He does have double regeneration as well now, 20%. Reinvigoration 9. He does get paralyzed a little bit. It's hard to like get a view of the battleground because it's dark. All my long dead are dead at this point, but we are still skelly spamming. One of the things I would have done, probably, is have a little communion set up to cast anti-magic. I think I can cast that spell. Might have helped a little bit. These magma children are a bit of a problem. God's still got 153 hit points, he's fine. At this point my backline has pretty much collapsed though, unfortunately. Bit of a shame. I'm going to put this on fast forward now. It's up to my god, whose morale has failed. He's not faring too well. Still 105 hit points though. Is he gaining affliction? Oh, he's blind. Wonder if that matters when you've got Spirit Sight. Well, what does it do? It's actual... No, it's just at and death and precision minus. Okay. Should you be able to be blinded if you've got Spirit Sight? I wonder. What's the actual definition of Spirit Sight? I can see into the spirit realm. I mean, I guess you do still need to be able to see into the spirit realm, so I guess it makes sense. I'll let you off with that one. Dum-dum-dum. Isn't this tense? And he got frozen hearted to death, I think. So that was Trackless Woods. We killed 66 units, but he has 310 units, so it's not really that good. We only killed one mage. And he wiped me out. Isn't that sad? Also battling Simri. So I did move a stack onto this fort, of course, trying to pin him in it, but doesn't really matter now, does it? Great stuff. So his fort is under siege, so there's that. Also battling Bright Woods. Which one is this? Is this where I was patrolling? Yes. So this is the Mage Patrol versus that Mundane stack. We also don't cast Plague in this battle either, I don't think. I forgot to check for it actually. Doesn't seem like anyone's plagued though, does it? I still don't actually know what that spell looks like or what it does, so I'm just told it's very good for killing armies. So that was that Bright Woods? Yeah. So we fended off that one army at least. And Newly Artham. This was a little break-off army into one of the provinces that I couldn't defend, so... I didn't actually check. Do we win this one? No. Events, Forest of Springs, of course the Barbarian Horde attacked us, so we're now pinned in this fort by Independence, just as the cherry on top. Sylvania, some Nature Gems, Sudden Murk, a witch was wounded. And that's it. In every sense of the phrase, that's it. Because I think what that showed is that, like, I was putting all my eggs in this basket, really. I was thinking, if we can pin this army in here, smash it, maybe we'll be okay. But not only did we get crushed here, we're also getting crushed down here by another giant stack of Great Arms. There's now a new army of mostly Magma Children on our border, plus some more arms. And I don't have anything anymore. Like, that was everything I had. I just lost all of my... Let's remind ourselves how bad that was. I just lost 242 Long Dead. I lost all of my Oeopatas that were in this area. All the Bone Fiends have been summoning, all the Devils. I lost all of my mages. 2 of my Witch Kings. My White Mages, my God, of course, is now also dead. So I'm functionally now out of the game. And to be fair, I think we knew that I was out since that early war with Ulm, which kind of made me irrelevant quite quickly. I just didn't realize I was that far behind. Like, Agartha has so many more troops than us and is so far ahead of us in research. Like, we're up to 200 blood studies, and we've got a decent little blood economy shaping up, but we still don't have any blood research, which, you know, maybe if I was going to redo this game differently, maybe I would have prioritized blood instead. We didn't really get any use out of plague in the end. Probably wouldn't have got any use out of rigor mortis either. I don't think that would have made a difference. So maybe I should have just gone enchantment 5 and then blood. Was that the play? I don't know. But this was my first game of Dominions 5, so gotta get back into the swing of things. I'm not planning on recording any more turns after this, because there's not really anything I can do. If I want to be annoying, I can now just take these armies and split them up and just raid all of his provinces, same down here, just to be a real nuisance, but I can't actually fight back. I can't fight this off. There's nothing I can really do. My back has been completely broken. This will probably be the last video in the series. But I might put together one more little video if anything interesting happens, which is what I do sometimes. Other than that, been speaking to some other players in this game. I was trying to get Ermor to attack Argotha with me like, what, 10 or 20 turns ago? Same for Yomi. They've all just kind of ignored him. And everyone kind of agrees at this point he's probably the most likely player to win. Only player who might be able to stand up against him is Femoria. But Femoria doesn't have a border with him yet, so Femoria has to take some provinces to actually have a border with Agartha to even try. But that's probably it for Sauromatia. While I'm here, the guy who was playing Ulm, which is John Joe, has been watching some of my videos now that they're online. And I asked him if he would like a final message to appear on the screen. So, computer, please load up the words of a dead man. Alright, that's enough of that. I still love this province, by the way, Boggerwald. Got taken back by Spine Devils. Alright, so thanks for watching. I hope it wasn't too anticlimactic. Feel free to leave a comment, let me know if I'm fucking shit. If I suck ass, I should stop making videos. And I'll see you next time, maybe. Thought I'd just give a little bit of, well, additional context maybe. This is 2 turns later, so it's turn 53, and as you can see I've already lost my cap, I've lost my drone fort here, Brightwoods has also just been cracked open, so I've lost everything, just 2 turns after the end of the series. I did start just raiding him though, just to be annoying, and I'll keep doing that until I'm vanquished. And my final plan now is to just pull everything into the Sodden Murk and protect the statue of the sitting god. I will protect this forever. That's my new goal. So I'm just moving everything here and just summoning every turn and building a fort here. And I'll do that until the game ends, because I don't like going AI. Might as well just be annoying forever. Alright, now this is officially the end of the game now. So thanks for watching. See you next time.